Yesterday, they knocked me out completely. I had to sleep and I had to rest, and there was nothing I could do. I just, nothing. It's like, and it's sort of like something else is affecting us.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, we used to be active and then a little bit quiet, but now groups of people are being knocked out. Like a knockout drug. It's crazy.
You know, and before that, Taveta, this is curious, and maybe it has a resonance with you. Before that, I was feeling, some days I was feeling like my body and my energy were separate. Like it's like I was living here, but at the same time I wasn't here. I felt like I was in gravitation, something like that. I was feeling so weird, like, you know, like I don't know how to explain, but it was like I was separate, looking everything from here and not from here.
Yes.
And then that's why it helped me to move, because when I feel like that, and every time it's more and more and more the times I feel like that, that's why I start moving, because it's the only way I come back to my body. It's like, okay, I do something, I clean the house, or I organize, or I dance, or I do workout, or I do something physically, so I come back to my body. But it's so like, sometimes I feel like I am in a dream.
Right.
But
Yeah. Go on.
no, yeah, no, you, it's a lot.
Okay. Well, I think that's true. I think I'll say something else afterwards. Saray, how were you yesterday or this weekend?
Yesterday?
Hi, good morning, everyone. First, yesterday was busy, and there were a lot of things happening around me, and I was like a bit overwhelmed, but it was eventful, actually.
It was eventful. Okay. Well, for some of us, it was like a knockout drug. And the fact that we are, I think we're being called to, when I was asking a question as to why, you know, is someone taking the energy? Are we giving the energy away? Are there things happening in the universe? Well, yeah, there are things happening in the universe. There are satellites up there which now link into the nanobots, which are affecting people who have anything in them, or even cell phones. So that is being affected. But we as light workers are also, I guess our energy is being called to do some work sometimes during the day for where the planet itself is going to be moving into almost like two Earths, right? And this higher Earth, which has a higher resonance of divine love and everything for people, is already there. But we as people, light workers who will be going there, have, I believe, a journey in both places. And having been in 5 places simultaneously, but having my eyes open once, which I may have mentioned before, where I was talking to somebody and up here I could see a different world. I mean, simultaneously. So there are a lot of things happening to us as individuals. Our ability to bifurcate, to be in different places, our ability to heal others and heal ourselves, our ability to move something closer to us. And I believe our ability to connect to our higher selves and our essential and subconscious selves. And these are aligning. And I think sometimes it's sort of like if you can imagine yourself sitting here feeling and seeing the room you're in. And now shift your consciousness simultaneously up above your head. So you are above your head as well as here. So you've got the broader, your mind is more broadly expanded. And the work that we're doing to align our 5 lower dimensional bodies is very important, to be in control and consciously aware as we can. We can't always be there because we're dealing with a lot of other elements. And as empaths and as sensitives, that's why we share, because sometimes I may have an idea and somebody else says something and they see something which then gives me or somebody else a thought, oh, it could be this or it's that. And then you pinpoint more what's happening. But when you're sitting here and you have your crown here opened up, you are more aligned in the ascended alignment to source, linking your selves to your higher self, to your divine self, to your heart, to your soul, to your true essence. And sometimes we are just to be quiet, and we don't have to engage in everything that everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's amazing.
Yes, and that gives ourselves, because there's waves. Remember, people came in waves. People say the indigo children. The indigo children are here, and they have their special children, and they're awake, and they're doing things. They're not all fully consciously aware or at a higher level, but they are more awake in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Those of us who have come also, we're called star children or of the light or whatever, star seeds, are also awake and developing who we are and putting more of the pieces of the puzzle in alignment. The ascension is the ascension where everybody wants to ascend and go off, but that's not what it is. It's ascending and collecting all our 5 basic dense selves, the subconscious mind, clearing and healing that from all the past, aligning it with the 5 levels. We are already at 7 and 12, but we need to try and get our essence aligned as we're doing things to source, to creator, to God. And in that, we are bringing in the energy of our own essence and our solar shields, the guards, the magnetic electric field that is around us, the emotional, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual connections more into alignment. Remember that every cell, the outside cellular membrane is that spirit of each cell. That's where Dr. Bruce Lipton found, the spirit. He was trying to find the soul essence, and they've gone and found the genome and all these, the mitochondria and all this. But the essence is the cellular, outside the cellular membrane, like our essence. But it all has to be aligned in the physical on the earth. And we ask for the shields, the guards, the protection of, like the skin protects us. So we are asking everyone to align their electromagnetic energy fields into the net, the light net, the grid, the golden grid, or the gold and silver and copper electromagnetic energy field grid, to get that in the oval, in the ball of perfect alignment with our 5 ascension of ourselves, so that when the little voice comes in, it's very quiet sometimes, because it's the subtlety of your blending and merging your true essence in the higher field of vibration on the earth plane. And with this come your abilities of telepathy, telekinesis, and all the other things more clearly. And you are not influenced as much when you stay in this alignment and within your own energy field. And we as light workers, perhaps 20% of the 80 that's not awake, completely awake, but growing, we are here assisting along with the others who are doing their work. And so we have to be grateful for whatever is coming is basically already here. We're going to be asked to focus in the meditation as we're coming up to what we as individuals want to create ourselves for ourselves, others, and the planet. And it's absolutely fine to have knowledge and information come to you, what's going on, but we ask that you don't focus on it solely. If you give it 5-10% to understand, the understanding when somebody comes so that you can explain what is happening, whether it's scientific, whether it's whatever, economic, political, but we don't focus on that. We focus on what we want to see and what we are seeing and what our body is now shifting us to. And there are times when we're sleeping because the energy that's coming down, here we are. Okay, get comfortable. The energy that's coming down, because all this is being recorded, the energy that's coming down is very dark, but it's also very light, because light and dark, like a battery, positive and negative, are the charges that function here on the earth to shift the old and bring in the new. And it is asked of you, all of us, to understand places that are having more pain, more issues, are those places where the individuals need to wake up. And some of them have agreed to pass on. Death, we come down, we are born, and we are going to die. We are going to pass on to another dimension, into another space. We are asking people to have no fear, to shift into that higher consciousness where you absolutely trust everything. This is where Meenakshi continues to say she focuses on the positive and the light. Everything is light, and this is true. You are to laugh, to love, to find joy. But we also must recognize the density that is on the earth that is going to be cleared and honor it for what is happening. It is going to be cleared. People will raise their consciousness as it is. They will come into greater understanding and the greater clearing for the planet of the water, of the plants and soil, of the atmosphere, are coming and being done now. They are being done by us. When we are put to sleep, we connect back. Remember, you are love, pure love. Allow yourself without judgment to sleep, to rest, to say, I see. I stay connected to my higher self, to my source, and I allow myself to rest with love. And affirm that you are releasing all trauma. Relax into it. Relax deeper and deeper into no fears, no worries, no frustrations, no need to solve anyone else's issues, no need to bring up their issues, unless that little voice says something to you. Allow the light of the divine creator consciousness to flow down and around you, down in through your body, relaxing you, completely and utterly surrendering to source your conscious mind back into the very point within your higher mind, within your brain, physical body, within the heart, within the solar plexus of your energy. Allow yourself to relax deeper and deeper as the light flows down and around you. Allow yourself sitting in a beautiful garden with a fountain in the front. You will be sitting on rocks or in chairs around this beautiful fountain. This is a fountain of source light. It brings to you ribbons and strings and particles of light smiles, light particles of water, of luminescent colors flowing through your energy fields, making them lighter and freer. It flows into your body. Your pore breathes in the body from the air around you. It breathes in this pure, vibrant air into the skin, which reactivates the collagen, reactivates the skin, and begins to remove all the particles of dirt and plaque down into the heart, the veins and the arteries. Into the lungs, you are breathing in pure light air of healing vibration from source. You feel it activating and reactivating the mitochondria in the cells. Each cell is connected directly to source. Each organ is breathing from source. All your nervous system and your bones and your water, 70% is breathing pure source light. It's beginning to flow in from the top of your head, and you can feel this as it flows through your body and out your fingers and down through your feet. You can feel this as the healing energy goes to your body and in and out through the subconscious body, clearing the ancient past that you carried. The divine Christ consciousness of pure love energy, which is all it is, flows through your body. The divine enlightenment of the Buddhic energy of pure enlightenment flows through your mind, inside and out your body, bringing you new insights as it flows through your body. The spiral of the gold and silver flow up through your spine. You can feel at night flowing out of your hands and your fingertips, out through your crown, expanding your mind and forming a light above your head which now seals your entire body in a glow of beautiful golden white light. Expanding that energy out, your body begins to align. The kundalini and the spiral light of the gold and silver and the copper flow up your spine and out through your own essence and your own body. It is aligning you to the pure source of your inner creator self. You breathe in this light and out. The flowers around you have an essence and a fragrance. They have a frequency, each in their own, as we ourselves carry our own frequency. You will draw to you the frequencies of the flower, and you will see the pure essence vibration of the hologram in your hand, and at the back of your neck, and on your crown, in your third eye, in your heart, at your high heart, and below your soles of your feet. These essences are the density of the earth plane. They carry with it the vibration to heal the waters as it flows out from you and back into the fountain. This fountain in the center of the garden flows down into the earth. As you breathe in more and more light, it is flowing down into the plates and the tectonic energies of the earth, and immediately flowing with all other energies of light frequency around the earth for clearing. Your body is washing off and dissolving that which you no longer need. The familia of famille. It is dissolving the ties that bind you to your family and opening it up to the fragrance. For as this garden you look again, it is a garden of beautiful roses, aside from the other flowers that are immediately with you. The roses of light are carrying the essence of your pure family of light, of your light friends, your light bodies you are connected with, your soul fragments that are no longer fragments. Your true essence is aligning now with you. The family that you have come in with is again your family. You are clearing the ties, so each one is a full being within itself. You no longer have to have any worry, fear. It is all dissolving. Frustrations, their ties are dissolving. You see them as pure beings of light in their own essence, their own path. You see them through your eyes that are closed. You see them with your eyes of light, to their eyes of light. And you see their light glowing and becoming brighter and more consciously aware, happier. They are flowing in bubbles of their own light, up, and out and away from you, as are the beings, the discarnate beings that have passed over. That light now flows into those energy spaces and places. It is a very strong light that you carry. You are now entering that space of a higher frequency of the other realms. You are seeing all energy beings in balls of light, and you are seeing them shifting from where they are now into higher frequencies releasing all their own fears, their spaces that have tagged them down. In the astral plane, we are shifting that dimension to higher frequencies now with our light being. The codes that we carry move into multi-dimensions of space, and the space that we are clearing and clearing for the new earth is one of true magnificence. Words that carry beautiful speech of light and love. Frequencies of light and love. Breathing in that light and love. Finding yourself sitting on the rock in this garden. Allow yourself to breathe in the rose of light. Take in that frequency of pure divine love. Feel it merging with your heart. Feel the colors merging with your heart and in your hands and through your body. Feel it resting down at your spine. Feel it flowing up through your spine into the blood and to the high heart where your thymus and your throat is. See it shifting the vocal cords of your throat. See it beginning to resonate into this higher frequency of 7 higher hertz, 700 and above. See your energy fields resonating with it and aligning perfectly with this resonance into the 7th, 8th, and 10th and 12th dimension. Now see that rose of pure white light, your crown and your third eye in the middle of your head. Feel that light, streams of light and flowing out of this garden. The garden now up and across and around the earth. Feel it shifting into the electromagnetic field, into the air, clearing the air, flowing to states, to countries, and down into the people on the earth, along with other light workers. See that energy multiplied and getting stronger. See it going to India, to Africa, to Brazil, places in South America, places in the States, into Canada, into Europe, and especially into China. This energy of light is brighter and brighter. Allow yourself to feel the physicality of your being sitting in the garden. And now feel it simultaneously in a cloud of light. This light is carrying you up farther and farther, back to your true home, back to your true essence, back to your source of radiant source light. You are free. You are pure light. You are divine light. You have activated your new coding and your old to be of a pure light frequency, radiating on the earth, transforming as you walk on the earth. Move into this space. Feel the silence. Allow the music to work with you in this space. allowing yourself with this music to continue the journey. As the music fades and disappears, the music will disappear, and we again take you back deeper and deeper and deeper into the source, the quietness of the source. We ask that you journey back farther and farther into the source light. More and more light in the source. That point of light where you feel totally free, totally open, totally at peace, and totally one. It's all right. Allowing the light to become brighter and brighter. Feeling your physical body sitting back out from the cloud, down onto the stone. You can feel the energy of the earth. Your energy melts into the earth, all the way down. That beautiful light flows down into the earth, down through the green, down through the brown, down into the ancient civilizations that were once here on the earth. We are taking you back to the ancient civilizations of light. We are taking you down to when it was pure light in those civilizations, so you can remember that beautiful light on the earth, so that you can connect to that beautiful source light, only that light, and allow that light and that understanding to merge with your conscious mind, intertwined with your higher self and all your dimensional bodies, so that you carry the greater insight and the coding that was given to you. Allow it to merge fully with your being. Find yourself in a site or in a pyramid, or on the top of the pyramid, or on front of it. And drink in that site, the golden age of that site, the light that was there. And as you begin to rise through the earth, back into the garden with the fountain, bring back with you the understanding and the knowledge that has been gifted to you. The knowledge that you will expand and take with you. For now we are asking that a flower, your very own flower, appears in your hands. This flower is the knowledge and the gifting that you will now be creating with new thoughts and new ways that will bring us to the new earth for humanity and the earth plane, to sustain her and bring her the joy and beauty and light for all beings, to live with peace and harmony and blessings and freedom. Breathe it in. See this flower. Get an understanding of what your journey entails now. Allow it to go into your heart, into your high heart, into your mind, and fill your energy field with the true essence of your being's purpose and journey here now. And so it is, and so it will be. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. Namaste. The angels of light back into the room where you are. You just open your light eyes first. You feel your higher truth and your knowing coming back. Breathe. You breathe in the light. For wherever you are, you only breathe in pure light. It can be no other way. Your body breathes in the light. It can be no other way. You take it from the plants around you and give it back. It can be no other way. See it in people around you. You see their light, only their light. It can be no other way. You allow them their space. You allow them their healing. You allow them their journey. Walk in grace. Walk in light. Walk in peace. And so it is. Breathe it in and breathe it out. More and more light. We'll come back and ask you to give either a flower or a brief message of something you've received, just a brief message or something that you feel is important to share, that you saw or understand, or some new insight. There will be many, many insights that are coming up and around that tie in. So please, if you're ready to share, just unmute yourself, state your name, and share.
My name is Sarai. The message I received was that I cannot save people who are struggling, but I can be by their side while they're healing. It's not, I can be with them in their journey, but I don't have to pull them out. That's what I received today.
Hi, my name is Betsy, and well, I have a lot of insight, but something I had very clear, and it was so like very clear because when I came back from my meditation, I had something happening in my house, and it's important for me to understand today from this meditation, and it was magic. We radiate, and how we radiate, we don't need to change our environment. We just need to affect it positive. Like we have to stay aligned because we can change what other people think. We can change how the governments decide, but we can start radiating higher and higher and affecting positively everything around us. And it's so magic because something was happening with my parents and I didn't take any judgment at that moment because I was vibrating so high. And from my heart, I felt a lot of love and respect to their path, what it was happening. And they found how to quiet and how to solve it better than before they've been doing. So that's, wow, that's how I've been feeling the last 3 months in my life. And now it's just a confirmation from angels, from higher self. It's like, okay, this is what you have to do. You have to stay there. And from there, with compassion and love, every day in your life, stay there and live with every situation from there. And you will see how when you radiate that light, eventually everything in your environment around you going to start vibrating the same. And at the same time, they're going to contagious others. And I think this is our power. This is our power weapon to defend light is radiating light.
Thank you. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thank you. Anupa, Yuvia, can you share?
Yes, I think the first thing that I saw when I opened my eyes, when you were telling us to meditate and like take the light to our heart and then it radiates from us, I literally had a feeling that when a lamp is lit and in the middle there's like this black spot where the wick is there and the light radiates, and I felt like I was the wick and the light was just radiating out. And when I saw the screen for the first time, I saw Sarah. She was lying down on something, and there was this light coming from behind her. And it just felt like a reaffirmation that we are all like, small candles, and, we're all radiating light. And this is, what was like right in front of me. So it was very beautiful. And I just felt like with the flower, it was quite, I was questioning because I've got like this beautiful creeper of passion fruit, which is flowering and fruiting in my house. And it's very fragrant. So the flower that went to my heart was passion fruit. And I'm like, is it like, am I thinking because I'm too obsessed with passion fruit flowers nowadays? And then a jasmine flower went to my higher heart, and a mix of the two went to my mind. So it was very beautiful. And the message was that uh, just allow whatever is to kind of flow. Don't question it. Don't think it. Don't intellectualize it. Just
Oh, that's perfect. That's great. You can, yeah, don't question it and don't intellectualize it, but allow just, it will speak to you and it will talk to you if you shift the intellect out. I just say, oh, what's the insight? Or not, they'll give it to you. Thank you. That's beautiful. Tree, would you like to share? She may have to.
Sorry, I'm mute problem. Sorry. I came a little late. I have a charger. My battery was just about dead, and I went and got a charger for my phone. So sorry about that. But I loved it. It was wonderful. I felt very peaceful, and I think very significant for me. I remember thinking, at one point, yes, I'm ready. Whatever you want to do, I'm ready. Kind of very accepting, and I felt some tingling or some energy in my arms and hands at one point. I'm not sure if that needed. I'm not sure why, or I don't even remember you directing that. So I like the flower, and then I remember putting the flower in my heart. And I love that. And I never even heard of the higher heart. That was pretty cool. I just loved it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Taveta. I always
Welcome.
like this. You're wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome, Terry. Sarah, do you, Sarah, yeah, do you have anything else to add? Did you want to add something else?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In the moment, I remember right now, you were talking about people like ascending, and I pictured each of us like in balloons and translucent balloons, but they were shimmering with rainbow colors. And you said like cutting the dice, and it was like a beautiful image of us like climbing into the sky. And then I could see it was at the beginning it was just us, and then it was a lot of people like elevating themselves. It was a very beautiful image.
Great. Thank you. Meenakshi, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I heard my name being mentioned also. You know, sometimes I know you do, but sometimes people don't understand when I speak about light. But one thing that there are certain things in our life which become a very strong message for you, and the very strong message for me in this life has been just stay focused on the light.
Right.
And what's sometimes, and not you, so just saying, what sometimes people don't understand, which you know very well, of course, is that light is not dual. Light is not the, light
Right.
is just a word we use because we don't know how, in our language, we can't have a word which doesn't have an opposite, except, and this is the beauty of the word called smile. Smile has no opposite. You don't have a word that says not smiling. I mean, there's no word like that. And that's why it actually is, in that sense, a more complete and whole word than maybe light. Maybe we are smile workers, if we want to call ourselves, more than even light workers. But I'm still using light in this stage. For me, that's what it means, that everything is within it. So when you're looking at light, you are not looking at dark. You're seeing the light in the dark.
Right.
To
I think
me,
that was
dark
said.
is not bad or good.
I think
Dark is
everybody got
just,
that.
so the vision that came to me was a tree. And when and we are all trees, so there's a part of us which is the root, and the root, if you grow in your garden, you'll often see the original seed, the seed pod is still stuck to the root. You know, in the beginning, you'll still be able to see the little seed from which the root has emerged. And so that is a part of us which we are not aware, and that therefore is darkness. And then there is that part which is just a little below. If you're on the earth, you see a little below the earth and you see a little above, and if you're right there, you see the duality. You see that there's dark and there's light because it's completely separate. Something cannot get the light and something is only in the light. So so the message I got was that in human beings right now, we are one giant tree. And that is why some people only seem to be under the ground in the dark. And some people only seem to be the fruit or the flowers or the leaves. And others are, eh, but together, all of us are everywhere. But we are everywhere together, not separately. And
I,
yet each
yeah,
one of us can be anywhere at any time.
yeah, true. But
That's the message I
everything
got.
is unity. I think everybody here knows that everything is light
Yeah.
and everything is unity. And it's just through, and even in the point where everything, all the stars, everything, there's source at the, that's it, that is light, that's the source, right? And so when you move away from the source, there is, as you said, you're under the ground. You can even say in that sense, you're under the ground or you're separate from. When the child is born, the cord is cut, which is why the Tibetans have a ceremony of cutting the cord, because you are one with the mother. And you've lived 9 months or less in the mother's womb. When you come out, you are no longer at that source. The cord is cut. And so when your cord is cut, you are now a separate human being. And all beings on the planet are like trees, right? As you said, and we grow and we have our own way of bending and being and breathing and giving off what we are. But we are each separate, but we are part of a whole, like as you said. And the
And the
denser
feeling,
area,
yeah, but the feeling that I get is that we may feel we are separate from the source, but that is the unawake part of us. But the
that
source is always with us. We can never
that's
separate.
no, the whole point is that we are only source. And that's why we close our eyes and we go back to source, because we are always source. We are pure light. We are source. We are
Yeah.
source. That's a paradox. It is a paradox. What is above is below. So if we're going to be human and we're going to talk about it, you can get into the nitty gritty. You can smile, but you can frown. The opposite of smiling is frowning. So it's the yin and yang, but we're all whole. We're all light. We're all pure light. And when you go back to source, you don't exist like this. There's no existence like this in the body. You're at source. And we are to carry that consciousness wherever we go. It's unity. It's unity consciousness. And I think that's what we're trying to create. We're trying to create the planet where we have full human unity consciousness.
Yeah, Tavita, when actually I want to use that example of the tree, because trees for me are like, I always see trees everywhere and I always feel connected. Actually, I was having the meditation, and when I started the meditation, it was clouded outside, and when I opened my eyes, it was tons of light on the tree I have in front. And I always use the trees. But there are something I've been understanding, like, because the same way I awake to this unity, right? Because not all the human beings, even when it live inside of everybody, because we all are the same, right? But not everybody has noticed it yet, for many reasons, right? And I was there too, and someone came to me, not to tell me, but in some way made me wake up, right? And it's the same we have to do with everybody, because if someone is not there, that also affect me and affect everyone, you know. That's how I see my purpose in life. Is like, if I awake and I understood that I am one with everyone and we all are unity, we are all the source, right? But not everybody see that yet, because they are living their own journey, and we have to respect that. But if we are part of the same tree, we can hold hands and just transmit that light that we already awake to, and we already see inside of us. And because we also accept the shades inside of us, but not everybody see that duality as one. So I don't know if I can explain well, but it's like I feel always like the same way someone came to my life and transformed my eyes and opened my eyes, like it clean my glasses, right? We are all the time affecting others, and because we are one, we have to keep doing that. Like if I see someone around me, I don't have to judge because this person is also part of me. What is happening to that person is also something I have to learn, because we are learning from each other all the time. But if I can hold the hands and hold the hands is a metaphoric way to say, right? Like I hold your hands and I just make you feel the power of light, that person going to discover by itself the power of life inside of. And then as much as we can radiate that, as much we are going to stay together. I don't know if I am understanding wrong.
Okay, does anybody have anything to share about that? Meenakshi? I think it depends. I think, first of all, like you said before, we're light. And we go out and we keep in our space, we light up everything around us. And I think it's important to, quote, actually physically take a hand or take part in, if someone's open and asks us to shift or to see something or to understand it. For me, I know that because I teach courses or I'm open or I meet somebody, if they come to me and ask, then they're ready. If I go out and try to convert them, that doesn't work. But that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about seeing somebody, appreciating them, and being your full self as a light being and sharing you. And that's perfect. That's what we're here to do. We're here to support others because the whole world is part of us. It's light. Everything, we are part of the unity. We stand in our light and we recognize each person as light because we gain insights as to, you don't have to go through what they're going through, but if you gain the insight as to why something is happening with them, that's the insight, that's the light. That's if you want to share that with them and say, oh, maybe this is why that's happening, or ask them questions. Are you creating a right relationship with that person? What did you say or think there's ways of interacting with people that recognize they are light, they are part of us, they are part of unity, and helping them understand, but we don't have to go and preach to them. So I think that's what you're saying, right? And I think that's important. And one of my biggest things was looking at, I love the yin and yang, always did. I had a pendant made out of it. But when you look at it long enough, everything is light. And that's one of the reasons to me, source, going back to the unity, back to source, has always been so important because it's pure light consciousness. And you have to realize you don't exist. You're a particle. You're a blade of grass because you've got a whole lawn. You've got a whole forest. We've got a whole everything. Everything is part of everything. I don't think there's ever a question with light workers. Maybe some want to see it differently. Everything is light. Source is light. In source, you can go to the void, which is dark. The void is also light. And in a black hole, there is light. Having been in it, I know there's light. So everything is light. It's how we interact, I think, and see each other as whole, because everybody's journey is exactly what it's supposed to be. And I think that's what seeing everything as light is, seeing everyone's journey as perfect for them and as whole is what the light is about. And accepting their journeys for it. You wouldn't push a baby into high school. The baby's a baby. And we can find metaphors for everything in life. The trees, a building, somebody on the bottom floor of the building hasn't gotten to the top of the building. So if I start explaining something that I see, like mountains and pools and ranges, and they're on the bottom floor, how can they possibly understand? And that's where compassion comes. That's where we are infinite, unbounded, and eternal, all of us. We all carry the seed, the source. We are all pure light. But down on the earth plane, we are still pure light, pure source, but our journey is sitting on the first floor. They haven't climbed and had the amazing experience of going to the second or third. And who are we to say they don't belong walking up just like we might have? But remember, not everything on the earth plane is human. There are animals and bears and deers. They all have consciousnesses, some awake, some not. We have aliens on the planet. Some are here for their own agenda. And that is perfect too. So we just have to recognize where we are and what we're doing. That everything is
Like
light.
my big toe may not be able to see what my left eye can see.
Exactly. Till you bend down and do your exercise. Anyway, anybody else, Meenakshi or anybody have anything else to share?
Oh, I have a question. Like, how do you show compassion, or how you do deal with people who are actually evil? And I'm asking this because I'm currently living in Venezuela, and there's a lot of violence and on the streets, and robberies and corrupt politicians. And sometimes it's hard for me to feel compassion for those people who are actively mean to others. And
Okay, that's very, very simple. Let's do the following.
Mhm.
When you go into a place where you have and see that, first you surround yourself with light. Align yourself. Breathe and align yourself in that ball of light and the grid of light, and talk to the angels. And ask the angels of those people to start waking them up. And see purple. Purple is transforming. Okay, purple transforms. And it is the purple flame of light, but it's purple. And just imagine and see purple over these people all the time. Or magenta with a golden circle sometimes. But as you go out, feel yourself surrounded in golden light with angels. But see the purple, see them with purple. Just ask their angels to start activating them. And you keep doing this every day, every day. That's all you can do. When you have even somebody in your family, like your daughter, son, mother, father, and you want them to shift, all that you can do is say, I send them light and healing energy for transformation, quickly, easily, and gently for their highest good. So purple, magenta light, gold, transformation for their highest good, quickly, easily, and gently. And just resonating. Keep in your own space, because there are a lot of people who are having a lot of hard times, and there is a lot of things on the earth plane which are dark, and dark in terms of human suffering. When it's dark, it means as humans, we are feeling pain, and we are feeling emotional pain and mental pain and physical pain. If you have the line from love to hate, and it goes like this, in the center is neutral, divine compassion, light and love. It's all light and love, but how do you get from the dark, which is dark because it activates your emotional body, right? You want to shift the emotional body. So you breathe it in, you see that light breathing in through you, and you send it out. You send out the purple, you send out the pink. You can also send out green. Green is harmony and balance. But if you do the pink and the purple, it works very quickly. It's source, it's absolutely, they're all colors are from the source, but the purple transforms quicker sometimes, and it needs some magenta pink in it, because it brings the level of compassion and love to people. And the more that you do that, when you see that, and you think, what is the one nice thing I can say about a person? Even if it's just his hair looks nice, or he's got a nice necklace on, or I can't see anything, so I'm sending an angel of light to him. But your thoughts are very important. So it's the thought of, I'm in my space, and sending the colors. And when my son was going through stuff, the only thing I could do is see him in purple and pink with light around, and let his lessons be with ease and grace for the highest good of all concerned. And he was just in with a bunch of kids who, were kids, not, acting like kids, but, in school in Singapore. But you can't do anything else. That's the highest thing that you can do for them. And my husband used that on his, I think it was his dentist or somebody at work. He'd go to work and he would see, and I did it on my dentist that I want change. I would see pink. I'd get all ready, and I'd go and I'd see pink, and I'd get in there, and then he'd say, okay, now you're going to be a month or two out. And I thought, no, that's just not happening. I need to be getting my braces done much quicker than that. And I was getting a little frustrated, I admit, and a little annoyed. And then I just relaxed, breathe, walked out and said, okay, didn't quite make it that time. Next time. It took me 2 goes. On the third one, he was fine. Oh, let's see if we can get your braces out quickly and move them and shift them. My husband, it took 3 goes on whatever he was doing. But if you keep at it, remembering the colors, remembering you're coming from source, everything is source, the angels and the colors will work for you. And let us know how that works. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Okay, let's close. We're going to do Oz, Hughes, and Om. Say it to yourself. This is about living with beauty, living with grace, and living with inner peace, and appreciating everybody here, and thanking Meenakshi for the circle, and our blessings to the world and to the earth. So relax. Go with love and peace. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day.
So much, Taveta and everyone.
Thank you. Bye.